What's going on, guys? Wei Koh from Revolution here at the Four Seasons with my buddy Ben. How are you, sir?
Good to see you, as always.
We met each other in the end of 2020, right? And now we're both happily married. When we met, we were very passionate about drinking tequila, and now we drink water. So, but anyway, great to see you. So also on the conversation about evolution, right? Let's talk about The Godfather and let's talk about the evolution that's happened to that.
I'm sure you've seen the movie, or how many times have you seen Godfather I and Godfather II?
Every time it comes on, I just sit down and I watch the whole thing.
As everybody else does.
And if I'm on the plane and I don't know what else to watch because I've seen everything else, I will just watch one or two or sometimes both in a row, right?
Yeah. So with this watch, we wanted to follow the success of The Godfather II. Some say The Godfather II movie is better than The Godfather I.
Actually, absolutely. Well, I think also it's so compelling to have Robert De Niro play the young Vito Corleone as well, to have that origin story.
Yeah.
So I would tend to agree. Like, I actually love The Godfather 2. I love The Godfather 1. I think it's a perfect movie. But I find The Godfather 2 I can watch even more often. And I love when he's the little boy that comes to Ellis Island and then he becomes Vito Corleone and, down in Little Italy.
Yeah.
And how he becomes who he is,
Yeah.
And it really is like, you see the American success story, kind of like the story of your dad, right?
Yeah, and that's where that inspiration for this watch or the whole collection came from. The Godfather movie was the first movie that Jacob saw when he came to America from Uzbekistan.
Wow.
He came to the country at 13. By 15, 16, he learned somewhat English, and the first movie that he went to go see was The Godfather. So this whole collection had such a significance in his life and in his profession. And in 2018, he wanted to launch a collection specifically for The Godfather, but not only just any collection. He wanted to integrate emotion into the timepiece, and he was able to accomplish that with including a music box in the first version.
Right.
But for this, we had an even bigger mission because The Godfather II movie is what most people say better than The Godfather I. So we needed to come up with a version that will completely disrupt what we did before and introduce a new model. And that's what we did here. What I love about this timepiece is our completely different approach to any of our collections, even outside of The Godfather I. Our watches are loud, they're bold, they expose all the mechanics, the dials are busy. You could see everything when you're looking at the watch, but this is a completely different concept. We took a different concept when we're looking at the dial. The dial is very simple. We have very minimalistic dial. We have our logo, we have Brando, respecting Brando as a legend that he was and still is. And that's it. We didn't include anything else on the dial. We are hiding what is the most important piece of this watch, which is the barrel. We're completely hiding it. And the inspiration behind that was like when you're sitting at an opera, the curtains open when the show starts and then it closes when the show ends. We took that concept to integrate this watch because we went back and forth a lot in terms of how do we display this barrel? Do we expose it? Do we keep it hidden? And we decided to keep it hidden, again, just to break our trend of what we were doing in the past, which is exposing everything.
It's really cool, actually. It takes a lot of confidence to do that. And I think, as we were talking about our friendship over the last almost a decade now, it's an incredible sign of maturity as well. But it's true, when you want to be discreet, right?
Yes.
And when you have a lot of inner content, but you're also, you don't necessarily feel that you have to share it with everyone all the time. Like, I think in a lot of the initial Jacob watches, especially things like the Astronomia, right? Like, we have a great mutual friend who goes by Santa Lara on his Instagram. And he always says that when he wears that timepiece, people will stop him because they want to know about it. And I know when Jacob was conceptualizing that, he's like, I want to create the most animated watch conceivable with the maximum rotating axis. And this in some ways is really cool because it's like the polar opposite, right?
Exactly.
So the barrel that Ben is talking about is the barrel where you have these gold pins that have been programmed to play the music, right? So it is like this incredible sort of like miniature universe where you're transforming, like a rotating object into actual sound, right? And the completely accurate sound of the Godfather theme song. And then there's actually a second melody as well, which you can program. You can select on demand.
You can select on the demand, which is the Godfather Waltz.
Which is the Godfather Waltz.
Which is the famous song that's played during Brando's daughter's wedding.
Right, Connie.
Connie.
Connie. Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's super cool. And then on top of that, you have this. Well, I guess it's you know. By the way, there's also a flying tourbillon.
By the way, there's a 1-minute flying tourbillon.
Right.
We have, in terms of complications, we have 2 power reserves.
Right.
1 for the music and 1 for the time.
Got it.
The music plays up to 10 times for every full wound.
Right.
And then it's a 70-hour power reserve. To wind a watch for the time, you wind it clockwise.
And then you go.
And then for the music, it's counterclockwise.
Got it.
So it's just one. It's a single crown system that is designed to power both.
Right. I like this idea of like being selective about what you show to people too, right? You know, and this idea of having this dramatic moment where the
curtains open, yeah, because that's where the excitement happens.
Right.
And the barrel is such a beautiful piece of technology, but we decided to keep it hidden. This piece in itself, it's to us, it's already a conversation piece.
Right.
When somebody sees it on the wrist, they're going to ask about it. But the second layer of that is exposing the beautiful big barrel, and when you play the music, it's like a secondary wow effect.
Yeah.
And that's what we wanted to bring to this watch. To our knowledge and from our research, it is currently the only dual musical melody timepiece in the world.
Right.
To select the music, we have a button here at 10 o'clock. So when you click it, you hear there's a sound. There's a clicking sound which shifts the barrel into the correct place to play the melody, which then allows the piano to specifically touch the keys that it needs to touch.
So wait, when it's shifting, is it shifting like horizontally or?
Yes.
So
shifting
that's
horizontally.
okay.
Yes.
So this is really interesting too. That means that you've programmed all the pins for one melody, and then offset all the pins for the second melody as well.
Correct.
And it shifts because the keys, the piano keys are essentially fixed.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
That's cool.
Correct.
Okay.
So then we shifted back to, let's say, the Love Theme, and then the button at 8 o'clock, if you press it, the whole barrel gets exposed, and you start hearing the melody.
But you guys have also like subtly improved the sound as well. Like that melody is super clear.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah.
And it's rich.
Yeah, and then for the Godfather Waltz, we press this button again, and you hear the barrel shifting again, and then we play.
It's really cool.
My favorite feature, honestly, is
when it closes.
Is it closes, yeah.
You're like, oh,
because then it's gone,
Right.
and you could hear the click also on the closing.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
No, but it's cool also because, you know, in the end, I mean, I say this a lot, but it's true. Like a mechanical watch is actually a kind of unnecessary object, right? We have time everywhere. So the only like real objective of these, you know, beautifully crafted timepieces is to generate emotion. And I think you and Jacob have done an incredible job in consistently bringing creativity and emotion to the industry, right? Talk to me also, like where do you get your ideas? Like, is it a family discussion? Is there a PowerPoint? You know?
Well, honestly, a lot of the ideas comes from Jacob's brain.
Right.
Like, and one of my greatest pleasures being in this role is honestly seeing the inception of the idea. The inception of this idea was when we were first discussing a follow-up to The Godfather 1. We were watching the movie on a Friday night, and he's just like, you know, I want to do part 2, but with a big single barrel.
That's cool.
And I want to put it as a piano in the back.
That's cool.
And that's it. Then the rest is created.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna put the tourbillon. We're gonna have the power reserve here. We're gonna design the dial or case this way. But the inception of it happens. It could happen, watching a movie, or it could happen like in the car, or at a dinner brainstorming.
Right.
So that has been definitely one of my greatest pleasures, because then I'm able to help him build based on the initial vision.
Right. Ben, it's a pleasure. Congratulations on this. It's a great successor and evolution to The Godfather. I also love how meaningful that story is, because it really is at the roots of, the American dream. And you guys are a wonderful embodiment of it. Right?
Thank you.
Cheers, buddy.
Good chat.
Yeah, great chat.